Welcome in to the Dice Dragons Guild. In this hall, we unite under one banner. Live by the die.
Die by the die.
Oh, I gotta roll.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay. I got middle of the road here. Who thinks they got the top?
Not me.
Oh, not me.
I think I might have.
Oh,
18.
Nice.
okay. Sounds like it. Who wants to go next?
14.
14.
14, milady.
All right.
3.
3 for Kethra.
2.
2 for.
Tell me it's
I was
Iolite.
1 last session.
Let it be 1.
7.
Well, you're middle.
Can be
You're in the middle.
confused for a 1 on certain
All
die,
right.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in. I am your lore master, Izzi, and today I have with me.
Drinking! I am Cuba, and I play Ayla.
You should say that louder. so
I
can
am
actually
Cuba,
hear you.
and I play Ayla. My Rhea.
I'm Adam. I play Eldon.
Patrick, I play Kai.
I'm Amanda. I play Iolite.
Oh,
I'm
geez.
Julie. I play Kethra.
She really is
Tricked
shaking
me.
it up. She almost got you.
Trip me up.
And we are back with our ongoing campaign, Eleothis, Land of the Woven Suns, using Dungeons & Dragons 5e mechanics. Lots of different ways that you can be following our stories. If you're hanging out live on Twitch, hi Fitz. Hi.
Dude, those Jeep Duckies, man. That's all I can see now.
I think we
All
saw
I can
3 Jeeps just today when we were running out
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
dash
Now that
full
you
of
brought it
Jeeps,
up,
and I'm like,
oh
I saw
my
it before,
God.
but now I can't not see it. I'm just,
They also put them on their antenna.
yeah, I've seen that a couple times too.
Yeah.
I had a mixed drink during a work event that had a rubber ducky in it, and it was pretty neat.
I hope it's
called
sanitized.
What the Duck.
What the duck?
Thank you for joining us live again, Sundays at 4:30-ish p.m. Eastern Time. We keep it really low pressure here on Twitch. You can use your channel points to give lucky points, auto successes, nat 20s to the players or to me. And I don't see one right now, but maybe it's incoming. Fitz, looking at you. If you're watching the VODs on YouTube, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we also invite you to consider becoming a member, where you receive early access to VODs and badges and all kinds of fun stuff over there on YouTube, as well as supporting us a small stream. Similarly, we have a Patreon, which I forgot the word for just now, with different tiers that you can join. You get gifts at lower tiers and bigger gifts at bigger tiers, as well as early access to the VODs and the podcasts and whatnot. We have 32 members over on Patreon. We're just trying to get ourselves up to the 50. It's just a personal goal that we have. So go ahead and head over there. You can also become a free member. That's really what we're looking for. You don't even have to submit any kind of monetary contribution. Just your support is appreciated. For merch, we have merch.
Just us.
I forgot to put it on.
All right, cool.
Some merch.
Oh, which one you got?
The woven
nice.
faces
Oh, the
crop
chibis.
top.
Awesome.
Chibi. We have Live by the Die, Die by the Die, and Yamari Island as well.
That one's on the TeePublic.
That one's on TeePublic. You can go to tinyurl.com/DDG merch and check out all of the designs that we do have. Cons and events. Enclave returns on June.
Tomorrow.
Nope.
No?
June the week after. Next week. I don't remember what day that is. It's the 3rd today. So the 11th, I think. Is it the 3rd today? It's the 2nd today. So the 10th. The 10th. Who knows? Next Monday.
The 10th.
One Monday this month.
With creator Robbie Howell. We took a little bit of a break just because of the holiday, but now we're going to get back into it. Come join our Discord if you'd like to play. It's a diceless ttrpg indie that was created by Robbie in the past couple... Actually, I think it's about 10 years old now, but he's just launched it local. Other than that, I don't think we have any cons.
I do have confirmation from my old man with that camper that he bought. It's seatbelts 8, and he said that any con we want to go to anywhere, he says you guys are free to do whatever you want. He said I trust you guys. So I still think I'll make magnetics at work that have all of our stuff on it, and fucking slap it to the side of that thing.
Okay.
And then we just go. We all roll up in one
The Dice
wherever we gotta
Dragon
go.
Mobile.
World
Yes. Yeah. Come on, it would be
Before,
really cool.
before you make a magnet, make sure it's actually magnetic and not
I would-
all fiberglass.
I'd slap it on the doors. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, well, I'll go. In one
Yeah?
vehicle.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll see us at some cons coming up. We will be definitely at King Richard's Fair again, but
Dice Dragons Mobile, and we just toss like your dice out like the window.
just throw them at people.
Have a D20.
And then lose all of the lovely money that you all are giving to us to build things in our lawsuits as we injure individuals and have to pay them. But yeah, we'll be in touch. I'm definitely going to be at ArmorCon in October, and then there's Gen Con that I really wanted to go to. I've been saying for years I was going to go to all these cons, and just it's more complex than it should be at this point. Children.
Children.
Giveaways. We don't have an active giveaway right now. We had it 2 sessions ago, even though I only remembered to put it in like last week. But we'll do another one in June this month, and I will let you know which VOD that will go on. But free, you just have to watch the VOD all the way to the end, and then the first person to use the giveaway link will claim it. Anything else I'm forgetting?
No.
The chamber was a maelstrom of chaos and shadow as the battle against the cultists of Shabazz raged. Each whiz of arrow and flash of spellfire illuminated your desperate struggle against the dark forces threatening to unleash an aberrant queen upon the material plane. Our heroes moved with camaraderie and resolve. Arrows flew from bows, both enchanted and inherited. Aid was granted through graceful movements and hip shimmies. The stars flew across the darkness of the cavern and illuminated wriggling aberrations. As the final cultist chant grew frantic, Kethra stepped forward, her voice rising above the din. With a gesture, she summoned a storm of energy that enveloped the remaining cultist, pulling electricity from the air, searing their flesh and breaking their concentration. The rift, once a yawning maw of chaos, began to shrink, the dark energies retreating as the cultist's control waned. A hideous scream tore through the chamber, the voice of Shabazz, the queen of aberrations, as her form was wrenched back towards the abyssal plane. She attempted to push herself through one last time, tentacles thrashing wildly as the portal squeezed her back, her screams heralding her anger and thwarted ambition. With a final, echoing shriek, the rift collapsed into a sliver of what it had been when you first entered the chamber. A whisper of the horror that had been moments away from entering the world. The remaining aberrations, failing their mistress, were dissolved into the shadows, leaving only the bodies of the dead cultists as grim reminders of the battle. The chamber fell mostly silent, save for the humming from the portal, your labored breaths, and the echo of your footsteps as you rushed to aid each other, glancing about the dark corners of the room for any lingering threats. Together you had faced the darkness and emerged victorious, your bond strengthened by the trial. As you regrouped and tended to your wounds, it was clear that the threat of Shabazz had been postponed, but not eliminated. The rift remained, a reminder of the ever-present danger lurking just beyond the veil of your reality. You have stopped it, and you have grown together, but it will take more to handle this rift. You've been given a way to communicate the location to Commander Stoneforge, should you so choose. You've been propositioned by Valario Duskridge, who requested information first, if you would be so inclined to get in his good graces. But of course, you need to find out where you are, and what the rumbling signified from your agreement with the demigod, Yamari. So we return to the chamber. The portal is still there, much smaller but still large. You can see the wriggling multiple mouths. Now that the Queen of Aberrations has been shunted back, that one mouth that was taking up the entire thing, you watch it kind of like shift behind, move out, and then another mouth is there. And you cannot see beyond her, but just mouth upon mouth as she seems to be turning, moving beyond in the other plane, no longer able to enter into yours. Meanwhile, Kethra lies struggling on the stone of the cavern. What are you doing?
Kai immediately runs to Kethra's side, and then whoever is the closest other person, he begins to carry her towards them. Somebody do something.
I will cast Mass Healing Word at 3rd level.
Okay.
It's not going to be much.
You all kind of gathering close together as Ayla
8.
Nice.
casts her spell.
So everyone gets 8 hit points.
Ooh, thanks. Awesome. I'm off death saves, thanks.
It's a very tired dance. She's like,
Hey, look, it's whatever dance you want to get, as
done.
long as it's not a face full of you know what. That's all I said. I was like, as long as it's not a face full of dicks, I'm good.
Jesus. Oh, the thing, the meme.
that was in the private Discord
Yeah,
channel. So
I-
nobody gets that reference.
Nope. And
Harry-
that's just for us. And we're just gonna leave you guys wanting on that one.
And anyone who drops to a 0, should you so choose, you can have a scar.
That girl's got enough. She's got enough.
All right, so you are in this cavern, heavy breathing, the hum from the portal. It is dark, save for the lanterns that are still, I would say at least 1 or 2 of them have probably gone out, a body lying on top in the water. But yeah, it's fairly dark in here.
I'm gonna go over to the dead bodies, slowly being wary of the tear in the fabric of space-time. And I'm gonna pull a Darth Vader and just kind of like put my foot on them and see if there's anything solid in those pockets.
In the pockets. What do you
The
mean?
robes,
He
they're
wants,
dead,
he
right?
wants to
They're
loot
like,
the body.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
somebody's got to do it.
That's what I was gonna do, but it's all good.
there may or may not be, but I'm going to say you're going to have to do more than shift with your foot. Like kicking a body isn't going to tell you.
I'm kicking them first for good measure.
Okay.
And then I'll start going through it.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Did you see that?
I did.
Did you see that? Alright, well, because I have
That
1
one hurt.
point of exhaustion, that's a -1, +1, so it's a 2.
How many can he check, like, just himself?
Um,
I think it was 5 or 6 people.
yeah, it depends on how long you all want to be here. So, like, how many are you trying? How long are you all trying to stay in this room? You just taking your time?
I don't think we should stay here for very long. There's
Hold on,
something.
They might have something useful.
There's something happening on the island.
Okay, yeah.
With my 2. I'm just slapping the dead face.
I was gonna say, unless you can search all of them like that, I'll
Yeah,
search
you
a
can.
couple
You
of
can
them.
also make a roll.
What is it? What type
Investigation.
Investigation? Oh, it's a +0. It's 16.
Okay. Were you gonna say something? Okay. You search through. Are you trying to do anything else with these bodies? I know that somebody had mentioned evidence. As you are reviewing them, you do see that they look very similar to the one that you had fought with the octo-arachnid. Their skin is very pale. You could see that as you search them, the runes on their bodies are moving until they begin to slow down and then eventually stop. You can't read what the runes are, but they are almost like tattoos that don't stay in one place.
Do they have any, like, identifying, like, a talisman or anything that, like, kind of links them together? So any kind of symbols?
You don't see... The only thing that seems to link them together is whatever those tattoos are that are all over their bodies. There isn't, like, their robes are very nondescript. There's nothing super interesting about the clothing that they're wearing.
Well, they have all different race.
Yes. They are... It appears that they maybe once were a race of some kind. Like, maybe they were elves, maybe they were human, maybe there were dwarves, or they're all taller, but something has changed them. Like, looking at them, it would be... I almost picture, for some reason, from the I Am Legend movie with Will Smith all those years ago, like how they were white, almost albino, but there was also something different and wrong, so you couldn't really call them human anymore.
That uncanny valley that's just something a little bit off.
Right. So, like, you couldn't really call them human or really call them elves. Something has changed. But you would have to... The only thing that really strikes in your mind as evidence of them being linked to something would be to remove their skin. That's all that you got. I'm gonna go ahead and...
Where's Eric?
Eric would have flayed one and worn it like a hat. Yeah.
It's like Hercules wearing the lion skin.
All right. What are we doing? Beyond your...
Do the tattoos look like symbols, shapes?
Yes.
All right. Eldon's gonna... Okay. Eldon will grab his little leather book. Actually, I don't have it out. And he'll, as best as he can, try to, like, sketch out some of them. Like, if, you know, an arm is exposed and you see them on the arm, he'll try to draw.
Well, I have
where they
a magical quill thing that writes down my memories. So, like, I can use that later, and it'd be able to, like...
Are you saying this to your group?
I don't know.
He's already drawing.
I'm trying to pull a ring off a finger, so I'm not paying attention to them. Do they have rings on their fingers?
No.
No.
You do...
Then I don't know what I'm doing.
With a two.
Yeah.
With a two, that ain't a
Pulling
finger.
fingers off.
Oh, God.
Did any of them have blue skin?
No. I'm making a call. No. No. So, Eldon, as you are, like, searching through and trying to find areas where maybe the symbols are very similar enough that it would make sense to kind of sketch out, because they're covered. So it's like determining what's worth sketching out. You do find on one of the bodies they have an earring. It's just like a very simple loop, but it has etchings in it, very, very tiny. Even with your young 20-something-year-old eyes, you can't really make it out. But it could be something. So this magical earring on this ear.
I'll take it.
Okay. Anything else others are doing?
Kai is just, like, looking around, because he's just now realizing this room is much brighter than it was just before Yamari left. Does he see anything to say that we're unsafe in this area?
Go ahead and I would say perception check as you are continuing with your searching and sketching. What are you all doing? Iolite and Kethra.
Kethra's just sitting around looking at all you guys going, Hey, Eldon, I'll just fillet his arm or something if you want, so we can get the fuck out of here.
Okay, if you want.
Because Kethra doesn't give a fuck, so she'll go up to him and just slice a piece of his arm off with the rune and go, "That's easier."
Thanks.
And she's gonna hand it to him.
Make a con save.
Drip.
Oh,
Eldon.
that one.
And she's like, "I guess I'll take that back."
That's all I was gonna say. Is like Eldon. You've like been doing okay. Like you were distant. You were a little bit further away. They're on the ground and their heads may be covered with cloaks and hoods or whatever. But like watching someone skin a human-ish looking person, and then she hands it to you.
He's skinned plenty of animals hunting, plenty of rabbits and game. Kethra's built fucking different.
What's wrong?
There's a you just with a nat 1 you watch Eldon turn and just heave and puke comes out
And she's
of
looking at
the
it going,
nose,
"Are
the
you
mouth.
I'll be okay.
I have like one of like the bodies like this, and I'm just looking, and I just. I think we're ready.
She's
to
just
go.
holding it up like a wet sheet of paper. Like,
Dinner.
yeah.
Nobody
Anybody
wants
have
it.
like a
Nobody.
bag or anything I could put this in?
A little saran wrap.
And like a Gladware anything. Like,
Oh, I have a jar.
ooh, I'll take that.
Okay.
And you just go. And while you're holding it, she drops it in.
Just makes that wet.
I was just saying, the wet slap it makes is it like.
And Kethra will look at all of you and go, "What's wrong?"
Nothing. Not. You're just built different.
She goes,
Well-
what does that mean?
Not everyone has the stomach that you do.
It's kind of cool, actually.
It is kind of cool. It's like white, and then like the runes are this like dark bluish gray color, which doesn't really match like an ink that you would necessarily see, but there's almost like a little shimmer to it.
Are they still moving?
No, they've stopped moving.
And she'll like walk. You want to look at it?
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, I didn't know you could smell it through the jar.
He's that scene in Dracula Dead and Loving when he has the paper cut, and he's like.
She's like, nobody thinks like I do. She's just gonna stick it in her bag and be like, nobody thinks
Is
like I
it
do.
bloody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. I had that because if it wasn't, then that would mean that there were like some sort of like undeadish.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm not looking too good.
Me neither.
We should definitely try and find a way out of here.
All right, back the way we came and up the other passage, I would presume.
We still don't know if there's anything else in these caves. We should be cautious on the way out.
Agreed.
Eldon will take the lead when we start walking up.
Kyle will be right near him because he can see like normal right now because of his devil's sight.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
You want to snatch up one of those?
Yeah, that's actually
torches?
when I went to go check the bodies. I meant to say
Okay.
that I was going to grab one of the
Yeah,
lantern
you
things.
pull one of the little torches out of the ground, out of the water, and head back the way that you came. You are still being careful to avoid the rot trail. So as you have all been doing all of this and moving around these bodies, there is still the question of that blackened, stinky trail of rot that has led from the portal and then back up the way you came. You know for a fact that if you follow this trail, it will lead you outside because you saw the trail outside.
Have
What
we?
Kai was thinking.
Have we left the room yet?
Not if you didn't want to.
Real quick, Eldon's gonna like look at the trail, look at the body, look at the trail, look at the body, and just kind of pull the nearest body onto the trail,
Okay.
just to see what happens.
You watch as the body So the trail I'm going to say is about, I don't know, I guess that would be what?
2 feet.
Yeah. Maybe like 30 inches or so across.
Big ass snail.
Yeah. And you drag the body over and drop it on. Immediately, you see and hear this like fizzling, sizzling kind of, and you watch as the rot trail, not quite as if it has fingers or anything, but just kind of like starts sucking that body into it. Not until it disappears, but just very slowly. You get the impression if you were to sit here for a while, you could watch as it would probably eat this. And you can see the sped up process of decomposition happening as it just kind of folds in slightly over that body and then begins to hug it gently.
Is it just the part of the body that's like on the rot trail?
Yeah.
So like the other ends of it are not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Eldon will pull it. Once that happens, he's gonna like pull that away.
You pull it away or pull it all the way onto it?
Away.
Away, okay. Yeah, you pull that and you see the trail goes with it.
Oh shit.
So it just extends out and continues to decompose the body quicker. The smell is immediate. And
Well, as if it did not smell bad down here already. You just made it worse. Congratulations. Let us go.
Definitely don't touch that trail.
yeah, definitely don't.
It's eating our
I think you
evidence.
touched it with like mage hand, which didn't do anything. Like you lifted some up and dropped it in the past, but you didn't.
I
touch
just
it with
wanted to see
anything.
what would happen with the body.
Yeah.
I figure
we
if
know.
they, well, I figure if it did nothing, then these things aren't affected by other effects that come from that plane, but they are. So, who knows? Anything might come in handy in the future. So,
All right. So heading out.
Yes.
You follow the trail. Somebody go ahead and roll a d20. Let's see. Kai, you're the lucky one. You rolled a 20, so.
It's a 2.
Oh.
It's like the number of the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
2 again.
The number of the day.
Weird.
all twos.
All right.
Today's episode is brought to you by the number 2.
Well, whenever the fell beast attacks us, we're not fighting it.
Episode
we're just
has to
gonna
be
run.
called Deuces.
You begin heading through. What's the marching order of this party?
Eldon and
Yeah.
Kai in the front.
Okay, Eldon and Kai.
I guess I'll
Right
be
behind you.
close to the back. Just keep an eye on stuff behind us, because
Okay, back.
I can see.
You'd probably be behind Kai because she can't see shit.
I'll be behind Kethra then.
Okay.
In front of you, and then you're last.
I guess so.
Someone's got to be last.
Yep. Isla's last.
I
Bring
can't
up
see,
the rear.
So it's probably good if you're last.
Yeah. You head back into the. You head back into the room with the pock marks all over the sides. You notice that you don't really see any movement anymore in them. You just all kind of take a moment, Eldon reaching out with the torch and just shining your light. Yeah, you don't see anything moving. You turn around the corner, and the moment you turn, you see 3 little brains with legs kind of making their way around, and they stop. There's no eyes, but they kind of do a little stop and a little shimmy in front of each other, and against each other momentarily. What are you doing when you see this? Kai, you can't see further because he's got the light in front of you, which light illuminates, but you can see the creatures up ahead. They are exactly what you saw the cultist summon when you all were out in the woods, in the jungle that one day.
And you said once we were coming around, they kind of like acknowledged.
They
change.
acknowledge that you are there.
How far away are they?
We're gonna go with. I'm gonna pull up the map, and I'll throw it up. Actually, I'll throw it down there. Just need a minute for it to load. Not very far away. Most likely, we'll say like less than 30 feet away.
Less than 30 feet. All right. First, whichever one is closest, Kai will immediately Hexblade curse them and Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
You can't just hop over them.
I was just like, you guys were fucking doing this.
They were summoned.
You cannot just hop over them now.
Their little
So,
brains.
all right. Sorry, one moment. I'm just getting this up to the where it was. So they are approximately, I'm just going to throw one of you here to show like where they were. And you are like over here. Okay, there are 3 of them. You are Eldritch Blasting. Game out blasting. Go ahead and roll.
22 to hit.
That is going to hit.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 points of force damage. And I will do it again.
Okay.
Oh, that was so close to a 20.
I saw it roll.
That's a 20 to hit.
Okay, yes, that is going to hit.
Ooh, nice. Max damage. So that is 16 points of force damage.
Okay. What was the first amount?
The first one was 8, I believe.
Okay. Okay. They don't have mouths, these little creatures, but you see one of them get slammed twice by your attack. They all... No, I think we're doing this now. They all start moving in your direction, and you are entering combat with
Oh
them.
shit! How come you got to do something and I didn't?
He's a
Fuck.
20. They are not. He's first in the initiative order. Let's throw in a bone. Do I have these? I don't think I do.
Do us in the back see what the commotion is?
You heard something, but you can't see it.
It's brain.
Kai's definitely up. It's those brain creatures.
All right.
Kai would also back up.
Okay.
We
Like little
cannot
turd
afford to get our
monsters.
asses kicked anymore.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
They look like rabbit poop
duties.
with teeth.
So whichever one it is that I said the closest or whichever one.
Yeah,
just
we'll go with that one. I'm gonna move the camera closer because they won't be able to see. Who knows if we need to see this?
We really can't get our asses beat right now.
You might wanna. You might wanna.
We really gotta scoot. We gotta go buy them though.
It's the run. Everything we encounter.
Buy them.
You can buy them.
No.
don't forget we can go around the other way, remember?
Can we? There's an alternate route.
That was it. Looped around. We're pretty sure.
That's good enough.
If there's a way to run, we should strongly
Yeah,
consider running.
Very much.
Okay, you can go ahead and put yourselves in your order.
Because
So,
it might be
You are
further
not.
up that way, but yeah.
Sorry.
I think this is just a big room.
Oh.
And then it's like
Because
this.
remember there was that part with that
Yeah,
the
that's-
blood-starved
That's
beast.
about that
Is
way.
the remains of the blood-starved beast still in here? Or did
over
it disappear?
here,
Okay.
and I'll take Eldon.
Yeah, because we heard it over here, and then like it came that way and followed us.
Right.
The blood-starved beast? No, I think it
Yeah,
came
you
from...
guys fought over here.
Yeah, but didn't it come... It followed us
It
from
followed
that
you
direction.
from
There was a
this one,
loop up
yeah.
there somewhere.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay. All right. So
Theratrix is gone. Huh?
Theatrix is
Oh,
gone.
he is.
He's in
Okay.
The bad place.
The bad
Eldon,
place.
you are up next.
Ttrpg is in
Now up
the
next.
bad place.
Okay. Since he's holding the torch and not his bow, trying to be like realistic here. He's gonna cast that spike growth again.
Okay.
20-foot radius, please.
What shape is it?
Circle. Just gonna try to place it to get them, but leave us a corridor to get out.
Okay.
I think we want to go this way.
We want to follow the broad trail.
Okay, so
We can, yeah.
I'm gonna leave us some, try to lay it. Sorry, I just moved your thing, but
That's
so we have a way to get around.
Okay. All right. Are you staying where you're at, or are you trying to run?
He'll move around.
Okay.
Actually, no. He's gonna let everybody else go before he goes.
Okay. All right. Next up, it is them.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
I was really hoping they weren't gonna go next.
You see them. They are going to, one of them is, so spike growth is instant, right? And it is when they start there, or when they move.
It's when a creature moves in. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 damage, piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels, and it's difficult terrain.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna say that they're each gonna move forward. One, kind of realize that they're being hurt and stay where they're at after moving forward the one. So, what is that, 2d4?
Yep. Do I roll it or you roll it?
You do. Your spell you got to get the damage.
And is it? Do you want me to roll 2d4 just total, or is it for each
You can
different
just roll
creature?
one time, yeah, we'll take it.
Nah, it's only 2 points of damage.
Oh no, double ones.
Yep.
Snake eyes.
Okay. They all kind of move, and then you see them get cut up, and then they stop. And these brains with animal legs, they just stop where they're at. And instead, you begin to feel a wave of energy that just emits out from them. Eldon, Kai, and Hay. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Odds, evens. Iolite. I need the three of you, Eldon, Kai, Iolite, to make intelligence
Oh, no.
saving throws.
No.
Don't lose your brains at this point.
Mm-mm.
I'm using the
already.
inspiration.
Do I have any cosmic omens left? I have one
I'm
more.
just gonna say mine.
I'm gonna do it.
18.
18. Okay.
I never roll good on those intelligence saves because I have a +0.
Yeah, I feel like Fry and Future, no, Homer, when like the zombie's gonna like brains, and then they just push him out of the way.
I was just so excited. Like, I feel bad because you had to trade yours in, and yours doesn't seem too good. But I had to like. Get
I'd
mine
used
out.
my last cosmic omens a little better. I don't know if it's enough though.
Let me just double check. I've got this. I had a stat block up, but it's not. It wasn't fully explaining. Because of course I didn't write it in my thing here. All right, we're just gonna go with the one that I had up. So 18, you feel the wave like wash over you, and your head rings out for a moment, but then you blink your eyes and your blurred vision comes back to clarity, and you are okay.
14.
Same.
Oh, 17.
Okay. You all
real
feel
scared.
this. It doesn't say anything about half damage on the one I'm looking at, so. So you feel.
My
Yeah, I know,
hands.
my
my-
hands- No, because the first time I rolled a 6.
Ah, Jesus.
No modifier. So I was like, there's no way that passes.
Yeah, you feel that wave wash over you. It is now, and they're stopping moving because they're in this spike growth. Next up, we have Ayla. What are we doing?
I am walking over here, stepping over here, and making it over there.
Nice.
Okay. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Why?
Because you've landed in the spot where the rot is.
No, I didn't.
You did.
You left us a trail to walk next to.
The rot trail is right here. You're in the spot, like there.
God damn it.
And you trying to like make your way through that, not being able to see on the other end.
17 minus 1 because exhaustion. So 16.
Okay. You appear on the side, and like just as you're appearing, you go to like your foot goes to kind of step back to regain your balance because you went far in an area where you can't quite see. The light from the torch is allowing you to see in your general area, but then you went past a spiky growth in the ground, and you can see the rot there, and your foot is just about to go back, and then you lift it up just before it touches this black, inky looking stuff. What else are you doing?
What are you waiting for? Come on! And I'm going to toss a fire bolt at the one that he's already hit.
Okay.
Probably gonna actually draw its attention to me, and this is a bad idea. I don't like this. I shouldn't have done it. But I got a nat 20.
I've already hit it for over 20 points of damage. These things can't have that much more HP.
You're right.
I hope you're right.
That is a critical.
So it's gonna be. We're doubling it, right? We're not rolling.
double the
Double
dice.
the dice, yeah.
Double the dice, not double the number.
Roll
Right.
the.
Roll double the amount of dice.
Okay. I
I
have
mean-
2 10s.
One.
I just don't feel like digging through the rest of my stuff. Thank you.
Out of all the dice you have pulled out, no 10.
I don't have 4.
Yeah.
So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Nice.
31
Damage.
points of damage.
On
Okay.
the little rabbit turd.
Okay. You see this one, like within the spiked growth, all of the thorns around it, you see it kind of combust and hear the popping and sizzling of this one as it dies. In the
As it dies, a essence of the curse goes back into Kai, and he gains 10 hit points.
Okay.
Oh.
10 hit points. All right, next up, if that's the end of your turn, is
All my movement, my bonus action, and my action.
Kethra and Iolite. Which one of you has the bigger dex?
+2.
Looking. +2.
All right, rollies.
Rollies.
Show us your decks.
Or
ladies.
you can both go at the same
Show us
time.
your-
Ooh, we could go at the same time.
Yep.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Yeah. I rolled a 12 though, because I already rolled. I thought of it.
I didn't roll yet, so.
You guys gonna combo the turn?
Yeah, why not?
Both like daisy chain it right through the druid power, right along the side.
I'm within 30 feet of one of the turrets, correct?
You can
Yeah.
move forward if you want.
Just a little bit, as I try to not hit the mic with my boobs.
That's your cup.
I also got him with my boob. My boobs. I'm like, because I'm short.
One boob on
One to
one
each
boob.
side.
one on my cup and one on the mic.
Yep.
But you got two. And from there, I'm going to produce flame at this one.
Okay.
So that is,
Hey.
what is that, 15 plus 7? 15 plus 7 is what,
22.
22 to hit?
That hits.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm going to use you. I'm going to use you. 7.
7 points. Okay.
Run away.
Yeah, I'm going to back up. Back to where I can. Yeah, I'm going to. I can't reach.
Moving this way or that?
I'm like,
as far as I can move.
go.
Try to head this way as far as I can. Thank you.
You can go right there.
Perfect. I'll take it.
You're like way too close to that thing.
Chances.
I would like to
Ayla.
cast Entangle.
Okay.
It's a strength saving throw.
On who?
I think
Is
both.
it? What's the
It's a 20-foot square.
20-foot square?
I know these things. Just,
them down.
yep.
But it's like we
Fucking
saw they got a
move,
they
I
got
dare
a
you.
range.
I know,
dude.
but
they
at
got
least
a
they
range.
can't move.
They don't
I
need to
won't
move.
be able to take them both out in one hit.
All right. So, sorry. What was it?
It was a strength saving throw.
Strength
14.
saving throw of 14. I don't know why I needed a minute. So purple and gold.
I can't believe I did that much damage with a
Oop,
cantrip.
I forgot to color the cans. They both saved,
Oh, all right.
even with a net -2 to their roll.
So they're strong turds.
Yeah, they start pulling
Wrong
out.
turds. All right then. I guess I just gotta run. Yeah.
All right, where you headed?
I can only get about as far as Kethra is, though.
Yeah.
You have Misty Step.
I already used it.
Oh.
I think.
Well, if you still have spell slots, you can still cast it.
I think she.
I already used my action.
While her fate.
Yeah.
Right, but it lets you. It says it in the feat. You can, as long as you have a spell slot, you
Oh.
can still cast it. You just
Well,
get
I
one
just used
one
my-
free use a day.
Yeah. I just used my level spell anyway to cast what I just cast, so. I can't.
All right, top of the round. I don't know what just happened to this music.
From
Let's
where I'm
switch it.
sitting, this is like a really amusing. Like everybody's like got fire and shit, and they're pointing at these things, and then like I see
heading
my
for the
back, and I'm
house.
just like I look, I'm like la 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 la, like
Get me outta here.
Okay, we have top of the round, Eldon.
Actually, I think it was Kai, right?
No, you got it. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes.
All right, so Kai.
He's so used to me with the high dash.
Yeah,
going
right.
First.
Kai is going to go and basically run up the wall over the spike growth.
Okay.
'Cause he's got spider climb.
So you.
So
That's what I was
go
thinking. I had I remember
Yeah,
last week.
yeah.
15, and then go up 5, call it 25. So he's like
On the
5
wall.
5 feet
Okay.
off the ground, up on the wall. Now, do I dash or do I wait? No, I'm gonna go for it. He's gonna the one that was hit with produce flame.
Okay.
I'll Eldritch Blast. No more curses. It's a natural 4. I don't think is a 10 gonna hit.
A 10 does not hit, no.
Yeah, I don't think so. 22 to hit.
That hits.
7 points of force damage.
Okay, you all watch Kai run along the wall and then shoot out some
Just started blasting.
blasting.
That's how we got into this mess.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I got nothing else. I got no bonus actions, nothing. I am out of spell slots. I got nothing.
All right, Eldon.
Eldon will. I'll cast a Hunter's Mark on whichever one was already damaged.
The one in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already marked, so I don't think we really need another one of those. He's gonna drop the torch,
Okay.
and in one smooth motion, pull out the bow and an arrow, knock it, and fire it.
All right.
Like this one. This one's marked. It's a 9 with a dot on the bottom. 9 plus 9, 18 to hit.
That hits.
We have the this, the arrow, which is the D6, and the Hunter's Mark, which is a D6 or D8. I think it's a D6, right? Hunter's D6. That is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 7. What is it? Is that 19?
11 plus 7.
18. Thank you.
18 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And if it is still doing that creepy
It
brain,
is. It is still there, kind of wriggling around as one of the arrows slices into it, sinking into the brain.
I'm gonna do it again.
I'm gonna do it again.
So when that was a 19, it's a 16 plus a lot to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Same thing. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 7 is 19 points of damage.
Yes. This one again, it just kind of like slumps down into the spiky growth, not moving anymore. Are you moving?
No.
Okay. It is now the last one's turn. Let's see.
Hey, ladies. just turns. What's up, ladies?
Eldon,
Timing.
I am going to have you make an intelligence saving throw.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's a that's a trade in your thing there for the. that's what that is.
It's a trade in your thing there.
Are you rolling again?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's inspired because he sees both Ayla and Kethra there at like point blank range.
Okay.
He's worried.
Point
You
blank.
probably
Feels
should be.
better.
You probably should be. You should be right where.
It's 17.
Okay.
Fine. Oh yeah. Yeah. I forgot that spike growth is a concentration spell, so that actually drops. When I
Wait.
cast Hunter's Mark, spike growth drops.
Okay.
Nice. I forgot that spike growth is a fucking.
All right.
You
So,
can tell I never use spells.
you feel that energy kind of pushing in your direction. You are holding yourself in your spot to try to ensure that your friends make it past, and you can see them run, and a little bit too close for comfort, but you feel yourself inspired by them and are able to push back against the pain that you feel.
You can't fail. Iolite's in danger.
That is the end of its turn. We have Ayla.
What the hell is taking you all so long? Not much we can do here. That is, I'm gonna vicious mockery it.
Okay.
It needs to make a wisdom saving throw of 15.
It's a brain.
I have little options.
Yeah.
I,
I mean, it could be an.
real well.
It might not be a wise brain.
Yeah, true. It might be intelligence.
I know lots of people with brains.
In
They're not
case
very
one of
wise.
you stubborn people decide not to run and continue to sit there, you can at least have advantage on it.
What was the save?
15.
It's got a 16.
Yeah, you bastard.
Bastard brain.
Does
Okay.
anything happen or no?
No.
All right, are you running? Are
Oh,
you moving?
I'm moving further. down.
running down. Okay.
I'm just not too
We'll
far,
catch up, I'm sure.
but right there is fine.
Okay. All right, Kethra.
We're just gonna rinse and repeat and lob flame at him again.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright. I'll try to christen these ones. Dirty 20.
That hits.
2d8. We're gonna try this one.
I called it a turd, and it had no effect on it.
2.
You're pretty, but I think you're cursed.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Are you going to continue to run?
Yeah. I'm gonna book it as fast as her ass will let her. Look at my grumpy pile's getting big over
All right, Iolite.
I like that you have a grumpy bear as your dice jail.
Like that's my dice jail. It's like a grumpy
Does
grumpy
it
dice.
does it pull the grumpiness out of the dice and then they get put back into the?
I think they just commiserate.
Oh,
I think that's more that.
If something's a 15-foot cube originating from me, does that mean like it can reach 15 feet from me?
So the way I rule that, what is the way I rule that? Is it thunder wave? So, I'm pretty sure I have ruled it that it's like out from you this way. I personally like the thought of you being the center and it goes out this way. There's kind of two different ways that you can rule it. I'm gonna stick with it. It starts from you and goes out.
right, okay.
Because you could think of it as like you're the center point of a thing that just like blasts everyone around you, where the other way is that you have control as to which way it goes.
Don't some have the language like that, like centered on you and then coming from you?
It
the way,
says sweeps out from you.
Oh, so it's a
kind
vague
of
one.
vague.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's more. So I'm going to say that you are like you can choose a direction. It's not a thing that emits from you in the center.
Okay. Is there only one left?
Only one left. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Actually. Yeah. No, I'll do that, but I'm gonna move a little first and try to make it go like that way.
Okay.
Go like. Try to make it go like wait.
Okay.
It's a
Strength
save.
Okay. What is the number?
14.
That is a 20 that it rolls.
Jesus.
Strong mind.
Yeah.
Well, it'll still take some damage.
Okay.
How much?
Are you going to continue to move?
Yes, I'm
You
gonna go
are-
as far as I can, following.
You
Kethra.
are within 5 feet. It will get an attack of opportunity on you
Oh
if you move.
no! What a fool I am. Well, didn't mean to do that. Hold on, let me roll my damage here. 3d8. I guess I won't then. Dang. $16. Half, I guess, of that.
Okay.
8.
Okay, this little bugger is
Dumb stuff today.
sticking up there. Okay, it's top of the round.
Oh, that's me.
That's Kai.
Yeah, Kai will, now that the spike growth is going, he'll come down off the wall 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, Eldritch Blast at the last little brainy.
Okay.
That's 21 to hit.
Nice.
That hits.
12 points of force damage.
Okay.
That's a 10 to hit.
That does not hit. So blasting into the entangled growth there. Eld, are you gonna continue to move? You're gonna move forward. You've got 10 more feet, I think.
Yeah, I got like 10 more feet. Can I just move back another 10 feet this way?
All right, Eldon.
Um,
You see the brain, no eyes, turn in the direction of Iolite.
yeah, he's gonna.
Your dumb friend who went within melee of it.
Walked right up to
Unknowingly,
it.
like, accidentally.
He's gonna do what he does. He's
Okay.
gonna
Please do.
He's gonna jump on it with his coat and just start punching it.
stabbing it with an arrow.
You watch the
Shank it.
thunder like slam out from Iolite, but the thing like held on to the entangled growth around it and just like withstood. And then when the thunder was done, it was still there, looking at her.
And you hit it once, right?
I hit it once.
With my bonus action, I'll switch over my hunter's mark to it.
Okay.
Glad I remembered to do that. 12 plus 9.
That
to hit.
hits.
That's. Yes. That's. I've used this. 5, 6, 13. 7 plus 6, 13 points of damage.
All right.
I gotta get like those little kid flashcards.
There you're gonna be like, I need an abacus.
Yeah. And then I'll do it again.
It's dead. You
it's
like
dead. I'm gonna do it again anyway.
You
gonna
turn
shoot its
the-
dead body anyway.
towards Iolite, and you're like, oh shit! And then it just another arrow comes, sinks into
I wanna-
the back of it,
I
and
want
it
to pin
slumps
that
down.
to the fucking ground.
Pins down to the ground. You're not sure exactly what it was going to do, but you did see like one of its little arms like kind of reach up, and it's a little arm, but like a big claw on the end of it. As you got closer, you saw. Okay.
Eldon's gonna like look over and flash a quick smile to Iolite and then run.
All right. So you all are running. Okay. Let me move. So your map. You're following the rot trail. You see.
I feel like it's like a play, like when they're just doing that. What is that called? The screen that rolls behind them? You probably.
I don't know.
When like in the car and like
Yeah,
that
rolling background.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there's a name for it, and I can't think of it.
You run up the direction that you had decided not to go after you sent Theratrix that way. You can start to see the
My little boy.
wrong one. You can start to see the light from outside shining through. I'm gonna have son of a bitch. Wrong layer.
Frankenstein.
It's gonna be Eldon. You can go ahead and roll a d20
Okay.
as you
See what else
turn
blocks
the
our path.
corner
I
here.
want to get out of here.
12.
12. Sorry.
Little road.
As you run around, actually, I do believe that is a roll that you do want to make.
What?
A 12 is a roll you want to make.
A good roll.
Oh, good.
It's a
Okay.
good roll.
I was like, fuck.
What?
There's nothing worse than failing for like the group with one of those. Yeah. It's not right. I've done it plenty of times.
I'll still stand for now.
Okay.
We are not looking
That's
good.
oh, but she is grabbing a lot of dice. What is this?
I'm not looking good.
What? No.
Oh, Jesus. What is that face?
Okay, you continue on,
She said it was good.
I'm so sorry.
running
She even asked me to
until
roll a d6.
you enter a large
Didn't need to.
space.
Scared.
In this room, you can like smell the familiar scent of the blood-starved beasts that you have been fighting for, I was going to say weeks, but it barely has been weeks. I know I don't have the trail drawn up here, but it goes up north and then out this direction here to the west. I'm just making up directions.
Just run.
You
Running.
smell the musty scent. You can see like the little bits of like the flayed skin. There were many of them, it appears, in this area at one point. And as you enter and see this space, you can see the exit is right here. So you all, not waiting to see if there's anything else in this cavern, just push yourselves out into the jungles of the Sleeping Wilds.
Collapse the cave!
Yeah.
And the familiar sounds of Yamari, especially for Ayla. But Ayla immediately, even as you all exit this cavern, running 30 or so feet away from the entrance, looking back, and then just kind of collapsing against trees or sitting down on the ground for a moment, just watching, keeping an ear out for anything around you. Ayla, it takes you a few seconds of looking around, but the colors are not as bright. You remember there's beautiful flowers. The green is so green. There are a variety of floral arrangements around. Just nature is here, and you can hear all of the bugs and the birds and all the creatures, of course, lacking the wine-tailed langurs, but the colors are muted. You've never been off the island, but you've been here your whole life, and the vibrancy of everything has always been very real. It's like putting a filter on a camera, and that's just the way you've known it. And so, although very subtle and not even something that the rest of the people here notice, it's as if it's been toned down. And when you look up at the sky, you can see that it is, it's like the white when there's a white cloud cover, a little bit dusty. Nothing alarming, like it's totally normal. It's like, just one of those overcast days. But even on an overcast day, it was bright here on Yamari Island. And now it's just off.
Fuck.
What?
What's wrong?
What is it?
I mean, do you not see the colors are not right. The island, everything isn't duller.
I don't really notice a difference.
I do not see how you do not, but this green is not as green as it should be. These flowers are not as vibrant. There's something off here.
Yamari said there'd be consequences.
What else could there be? Can we see, like, the mountain? Like, is there anything that we...
No, if anything, trying to gather where you might be. In front of you, you see a rock formation. You see that you've come up and out of a tunnel of some kind. Beyond, it's really difficult it's always been difficult to tell, especially in the midst of this jungle, like how tall, or is there like a hill in front of you, or does it dip down? The jungle has a way of filling in space. You can barely see the sky. Like where you're at, there is a little bit of an opening, and that's where you can see the white of the atmosphere. But you are like in the thick of the jungle. The only thing that is really giving space is that rot trail. It almost seems to have like kind of seeped out a little bit, and the greenery has pulled itself away from where the rot is, and it leads out into the jungle. But besides that, you are in the middle of nowhere.
We're going to have to figure out where we are and how to get back here.
I think we should perhaps try to take a minute and heal ourselves up before we go back out into the jungle.
I don't know if that's a good idea in front of this cave. Something else may come out of there.
We can try and find a safe place to do so, but we shouldn't try and make it out to a city before we get a chance to patch our wounds.
As you are having this conversation,
Something comes to unpatch those wounds.
you all hear the loud, like, crackling and snapping, signifying the arrival of someone or something behind you. And you turn. What are you doing?
Dropping to a knee and knocking an arrow immediately.
Fireball ready at the...
Should have produce flame ready to go.
I'll have what's that one called? Frostbite.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. As you turn and look into the jungle, waiting momentarily, you watch a figure appear out from the greenery. Wide eyes, freckled face, red hair in a cropped pixie cut, pointed ears. It's Kaylin.
As soon as you said the pixie cut, and I was like,
You have a moment where she's
was
just
so
like,
bad.
her eyes are wide, and she just goes, "Holy shit." Stares at you all, and you can see, like, she kind of takes a second. All of you do, as nobody moves.
Are you a ghost? It's not an unfounded question.
no,
It's not,
it had
no.
a certain amount of logic behind it.
And Kaylin is like, "No, are you?"
I do not think so.
I'm pretty sure we all survived.
She steps out from the jungle greens, kind of looking past you for a minute. You notice that she has in her right hand, she's got like a walking stick. She has her normal hunter's gear on, and she has her one of her machetes by her side, and in her left hand, she actually is missing a hand, and it is kind of wrapped up and by her side, but she just steps out from the jungles, and then big smile on her face as she looks at all of you. It's like, wow. You all look horrible. You look really bad.
We've had better days.
Holy shit.
You can say that again.
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Here's a better question. Where is here?
This is not where we came in.
Okay.
And don't go into that cave.
Don't go down there.
I mean,
Cougar.
honestly, I had no intention of going anywhere where this was going, but Cryon told me to follow the rot trail, and so I did. And to be completely fair, I don't think I'm all that surprised to see you. But I am.
You saw Cryon?
Yeah.
When?
Well, that's complicated. a few hours ago. Sorry to... He's gone.
Did something happen?
That's complicated too. I mean, I don't know if you want to have this conversation here. I'm sorry to drop it on you, but...
Not here, no.
Do you know of a safe place nearby?
Safer than this gaping hole of rotting monsters.
I can lead you back the way that I came. Cryons is not too far. It's a couple hours, a few hours.
We need a way to let Stoneforge know where this is, so he can post people here. Wasn't that part of our...
Would you know how to get back here?
Honestly, I just followed the trail. She points down to the black rot that's stinking up your area.
I still have the stone. We can contact Stoneforge once we make it back to Cryons.
I know it leads out to the Baina Road, so if you're trying to get the military here, they follow the rot. They'd have to trek up closer to Balstead, but...
As long as they can get here, that was part of our mission. So
All this time, they just had to follow the rot.
Yeah, you all look real bad. You should probably... I can bring you back to Cryons.
Thank you.
it's good to see you again, Kaylin.
You too. You too. Glad you're all still together, and you know, like I said, you look pretty bad, but you're all still together. That's what matters.
When you say that, Eldon's gonna close his eyes and he's gonna summon Theratrix again. Now that we're kind of like in the clear-ish.
Okay. Where are you summoning him? Like right next to you, or?
Yeah.
On my shoulders. Like CG.
Like
buddy,
familiar
get
enough
up.
now to the point when I summon him, I already have my hand out. So when he's summoned, my hand is like on him, like on like his, not like a dog, but, you know, like
Yeah.
like that, you know, like
Yeah.
hey, you know.
You so you summon Theratrix in that flash of like glittery spiritual something. He appears. Your hand is like closer to his shoulder because he's grown so much. It's like that adjustment that you'll have to make as he appears. And when he does, you watch Kaylin visibly step back a couple of paces, and then Theratrix looks and sees her and says, "Hello, Kaylin," and she's like, "Oh, shit, again." "Hello, Theratrix." It was Theratrix. Wow. Okay.
A lot's happened since we've last seen you.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long, but it has been.
Feels like a lifetime.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Follow me. And she turns and she kind of like, using the walking stick that she has, pushes out of the way a little bit of the greenery so that she can start moving and having you all follow her. You head into the jungles. She's pretty quiet as she leads you through. Things that you start to notice as a group. While Ayla notices the muted colors, and you said it out loud, and now that Ayla has kind of pointed it out, the rest of you, as you're walking through and having gone through these jungles numerous times, yeah, the colors are a little... For some of you, it's like you didn't realize how different from home it was until now. It's kind of been dulled, and it's not maybe as overcast as, say, Devenia is, but more from like a Calia, Cassia, or even Emporia. Like, you got used to what normal colors look like, and then you came to Yamari and it was like, wow, beautiful. And you didn't realize until now you're back to it. This is normal colors. This is boring. Typical. Not special anymore. The sky right now, and even as you walk, it gets a little bit harder to breathe. There's just a lot of dust in the air. The sky is like that overcast. And Ayla, from a person who knows the weather here, rain seems to kind of like come over and pass by as rain is needed on the island. Obviously, everything is lush and beautiful at all times. You didn't ever experience in your lifetime like a major storm or hurricane or anything along those lines. It always seemed to pass by. Whenever it was overcast like this, it would be just because there was an actual rain cloud coming through, and then it would rain, and then it would flitter off and go off into the ocean. Really cool to see if you're on the beach and could see it out there, but you never had it really stay for long. So this is abnormal to see that white sky, that overcast. You can't see the sun's shining through. It's bright, but white light. And just in general, like, you spent a lot of time with Kaylin. She also seems a little bit less, a little smaller, not physically, but in your presence. And everything seems a little bit less, is the best way to describe it. Not sad and depressing, but just enough that it's noticeable. And if you've noticed it, it's probably noticeable everywhere. So you walk along. She, at one point, it's been probably like an hour, and she's like, I don't know if you felt it when you were down there, but there was a pretty big rumble. I was out here, so I'm not sure exactly what happened, but...
Yeah, we felt it.
That was probably our fault.
What do you mean? She's just hacking. She's got the walking stick like under one arm as she hacks in front of her in one spot. And she stops and turns to look at you.
Dealings with Yamari herself again.
She was with you?
In a way.
How would this be your fault? I mean, she's up in the mountain, at least that's what the legends say, and you all said you talked to her, so...
We were able to stop those aberrations from coming through, at least for the time being.
Well, that's good.
She offered to give us power to do so.
Oh.
At a cost of her own power.
Oh. Okay.
If she hadn't done that,
Something far worse.
that thing would have come through the rift.
Hopefully just to that thing.
All right. Okay. That's tough. Again, I don't know what happened, but I was out here and I don't know how to describe it, but just everything kind of changed. The rumble happened. I had to hold on to stuff just to, keep my balance. And then everything just changed a little bit. It looks the same, though. It's hard to describe.
And the colors are off.
Yeah. Reminds me of home.
Yamari's presence is not as widespread anymore.
I wonder if she is even still up in the mountain.
Well, I bet the Callian and Cassian empires are going to have a lot to say about that. If Yamari is not going to be so special anymore. Oh well, right? It was good while it lasted.
And Yamari Island is still here.
Yeah. Looks to be.
If we didn't do what we had to do. There's no telling what would have happened. What we saw. Mouths and teeth.
Tentacles.
Things you can't comprehend. Things that don't make sense.
Yeah. Well. The most important thing is that you're here, and you'll be able to tell, the Empires what happened, and I guess we'll see what happens from there. She turns around and keeps pushing through. I'm glad you're okay, she calls over her shoulder. It's been a day.
You have no idea.
I just feel like we all just have like a collective sigh. That's what they were.
Ayla, I'm going to have you roll a d20 as you all are trekking through the jungles to see.
Oh, no. 13.
Okay. I'm actually also going to have you roll the weather while we're at it.
Where's the...
Oh, we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Do I do all of them? Just
Yep.
one?
Yeah, you can just roll them all.
I don't think I've rolled the weather before.
We'll probably ignore the snow one. But...
I don't know. You don't know now.
It's
So-
windy,
Light says so.
rainy.
Oh, shit.
It's either 40 degrees or negative 30.
Wow. Yamari,
Is that
it's still-
Celsius?
Right now, it's
That one's just
yeah,
blank.
that's Celsius. What is it? Blank.
Oh, it's just like
Okay,
summer,
so you
snow, or
said
nothing.
windy and rainy. How many windy and how many rainy?
3 windy, 1 rain.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Right now, you can see as you're going through that the wind is kind of rushing through the tree tops. You can't really feel it where you are, but when you look up and take a minute to breathe, you see it. It's if you're on a mountaintop somewhere, it's going to be real cold up there. There's a little bit of a drizzle, just like spitting almost at you as you walk through. Another thing that you notice, Ayla, and then the rest of you too as you go, it's like muggy, but it's a little bit cooler than it has been. Just a little. Maybe it's like 75 Fahrenheit, 73. Humid, real humid, but cooler. It's a quiet walk unless you have something you want to say. Kaylin doesn't really engage you herself.
How's Belstead? Last time we saw you, you were running for Belstead. We were on the side of the mountain and we saw flames or smoke coming from town.
She doesn't stop, but she keeps clearing things out of her way and is leading you. So kind of over her shoulder, she says, Balstead's fine. They're working on building out a wall. There's different druids from the military just pulling stone and wood together. It'll be interesting to see how the hot springs fare. It's not all that relaxing to be under threat of attack when you're in, naked and enjoying some really hot water. But yeah, they'll probably put a wall up around there too. We're still figuring it out. The mayor and the mayor's stand in there, and Millie, they're working on it. Joy Run, not so great. Callie's was the fire. Took down a couple of other tents along the way, but yeah, she won't be able to rebuild. But then I don't know if you heard, and this is where she stops, kind of turns to you all. She went to town on Lewis. She just took I'm surprised he survived. And then they arrested her, and she went off to Mosswick. So, but yeah, Joy Run, they're not building the wall to encompass all of it because it kind of went down pretty far. So I don't know what's going to happen to all those shops either. We'll see. The wall's just going to go around the town proper. So, lots of change real quick.
And you seem to change too.
Yeah.
Is that from those musicians?
She holds up her arm, which is missing about halfway the hand and then halfway down her arm. She just holds it up, bandaged up and wrapped up. Yeah, I didn't get so lucky myself, but...
If we'd had known, we wouldn't have let them off so easy.
What do you mean?
We ran into them in
Oh.
Moswick.
Oh, yeah. Her body language kind of changes. There's this, like she's not afraid because they're not here, but just the mention of them, that traumatic remembrance.
We gave them a beating they won't soon forget.
And a framing that maybe ended them up in a prison cell, perhaps.
One can only hope.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have gone back by myself, but that's...
We shouldn't have let you, but we couldn't stop you.
hindsight, right? Yeah, they really wanted my bracers. I got a little mouthy, and so they took them. The quiet one, he was the one who really wanted them, so he got them. By any means necessary, right?
Did we collect those off of them at all?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't remember if it's so long ago at this point.
Pretty sure we had the other one knock all the teeth out of the one with the bracers.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we took the bracers back because we recognized them because of the bracers, right? Yeah.
I don't think there was time once we started the fight between them.
Say, like, here you go.
Now I wish we'd come across them and be like, hey, you could do your little necklace. Hey, give me the bracers.
I mean, they weren't, special or anything, so. But it took me a couple days to get down. By the time I did,
You've got a strong spirit.
Quite
Thanks.
resilient.
Still the best hunter on the island for now. She turns and keeps going.
I wish I was an alchemist. I could make her like an Evil Dead thing, not a chainsaw because they don't exist in this world, but just so there's a
I was
steampunk
gonna
world,
say they
just like a
might,
fucking
I mean, your
powered
father's got a
machine.
mechanical leg.
Yeah.
We're just Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
So you continue another hour or two until you get to an area where you recognize, you kind of come out from this clearing, and there is Cryon's treehouse. Kaylin stops and looks at all of you and outside of the treehouse, and she just says, it's actually kind of good fortune that you're here because you can help me. I would have buried him already, but my current condition, I just couldn't do it.
Do you know what happened to him?
He just kind of stopped. I was coming out here to visit him. It was weird. I had a dream a couple days ago. I don't really remember it except that I just wanted to see him. And when I got here, he was up and around, and we were talking, and he has his Cryon way. And I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, he was still awake. Kind of asked him, what was wrong, how he was doing, and he was just very quiet, just kind of different. I mean, he was always quiet, but it was just a little bit different. He was kind of looking up through his skylight there, and he told me that I should follow the rot, that it was important that I did that, and so I had asked him, why, and he, of course, did not tell me, because that's Cryon for you. And then he said, tell the Star Weaver I am honored. I assume he meant you. Then he just kind of fell asleep. And when I woke up, he was dead.
Where is he?
He's in his bed, where he fell asleep.
What of his cat companion?
He's there too. He hasn't moved, but he's more like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's kind of like he's there, but it's like he's a statue, just kind of sitting beside the bed. So if you want to help me, that'd be great.
Lead the way.
Because I have extensively researched as much as I can on an isolated island. Anything I could about the Fey realm. Would I have read anything about, like, Fey burial, death rituals? Like, what would this Fey lion man, would he want to be buried?
Is he Fey?
Yeah, he's from the Feywild.
He's from the Feywild.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No.
I know nothing, or no.
You would know that the Feywild is wild, and there's no. The rituals for death would range with the person.
Choking on Holland now too.
So there's no standardized anything out there, and unless you knew him and he had known you enough to tell you exactly what he wanted, you just know that the Feywild is wild, and some entities are lucky to get anything at all. They get eaten by something else, and that's how they go.
He would want us to eat him.
Glad that's what you took from that.
No, we do not bury him.
We
will eat him.
Tonight we die.
Tonight we feast in his honor.
So she leads you up the steps into his space. It's quiet. Gerard is there. You see, like a statue, as if stone.
The rest of us
Not
weren't
moving.
allowed to go in. Only you. So
Yeah.
this would be our
So
first
yeah,
time.
it's all the first time for you. Cozy. You can barely fit in there, to be honest. Like when you start going up, you realize that it's going to be probably two of you to bring him down, and then you won't have time to honor him up there. It was meant for him and maybe one or two other people.
I just quietly do not follow.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay outside.
Kaylin will eventually, like, she comes back down, but steps off to the side. Well, I assume.
While everyone else goes up, Kai will also stand by Iolite.
Okay.
And he won't look at her, he'll just stand beside her and say, "Everything comes with a price, doesn't it?"
You did something, didn't you?
I asked that the Raven Queen wouldn't take you back inside the core.
I wish you hadn't.
You're meant for something here. And it sounds like Cryon agreed.
It wasn't Cryon's decision. It was mine. Do you know she would do that?
I didn't. I asked. For the first time, I asked her for anything.
She told me that you wanted me back, but that someone had to go. And it had to be someone I knew. And she said either I had to pick or she would pick for me. And I told her I didn't want to. I told her I was fine. I wasn't scared anymore. And she didn't care what I wanted. She cared what you asked for. And I didn't want to choose, but she could have picked anyone. She could have picked my mom. It could have been anyone.
You didn't do this to him.
I don't know why I picked him. He was just the first person I thought of, and it's terrible because the monkeys are gone, and I didn't know if anyone would miss him. And as soon as I thought it, I wanted to take it back, but it happened so fast.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Between you and him, it's more important that you're still here. I don't regret my choice. I know it was selfish. But I do know you have a destiny bigger than this island. But that's not why I asked her to bring you back. I don't have friends. And you're the first person to ever ask something of me that wasn't to climb some social standing or some materialistic gain. And I didn't want my friend to die. So when you think of Cryon, don't blame yourself. You blame me.
I do blame you, because I have to live with this for the rest of my life now. I killed someone. Someone good, who never did anything but help me.
And you can honor him while you're still here.
I'll do my best.
I'll just slowly just walk away, let her either seethe with rage at him or sadness for Cryon.
And that is where we will take a break.
Can I help lift this thing? I have a -1 in strength.
As do I. I'm not helping you at all.
I'm the only one who can lift this. I'm trying to lift it.
They each just
Kethra's
like
not gonna
have
help
an
you.
arm. It's like Eldon's got both legs. Like
Like one-handed.
Let's hope he doesn't fall off the balcony.
We return to Cryon's home. It is the middle of the day, but it's not as bright of a day as typical on the island. The colors around are a bit subdued as you gently lower the body in a nondescript way. It just works out real well. Of Cryon.
Just really wedging it in there.
No awkwardness ensues whatsoever. It's very, classy, and you all feel
Dignified?
real good about it. Dignified. As you lower the body of Cryon to the ground.
Oh, my back.
Yeah, that's Eldon.
we're like,
I'm lifting
guys-
like a foot, maybe.
You guys both have
I
a
was
negative.
mage handing a fan. At
yeah,
the same
Mage
time.
Hand is helping out.
Like a fan as you like trying to pull on his shirt.
I'll say, which one of you gets Gerard?
She's the cat person.
I don't know. I think Iolite would
Oh,
probably.
I thought she didn't go in the place yet.
I mean, she didn't, but
Is
Yeah, I
Gerard
see.
like a legitimate statue?
when whoever goes up to him at this point and tries to, like, you lift him and he's actually quite light, but he is unmoving as if a statue. Not of organic living matter anymore.
Is the like breathing?
No, not breathing.
Like, if you knock on him,
He
is he hard?
is in a position like
Is that an absurd question? You're like, he's like a living statue. He's like, is he hard? Like
no,
a statue?
not living. He is like he's in the position that one would find like a loyal dog, just like sitting face forward, but like he solidified. He's pretty large, but when you go to lift him, light.
Who's doing it? Nobody's calling it?
I'm not doing anything.
I guess I'll take him too. Jeez.
I was like, I guess I'll take them.
I'll pick
I'll take
drag
them.
the
Yeah.
lion
I'll pick
man
him up.
and
You've
I'll
got
take
the
the
I was like, I
lion.
haven't summoned Nixie.
just
We
got
won't
the
get all. We won't get all like.
got the
tangled.
big
It's all good.
wooden cat.
He's very big. It's one of those like you lift him, you're gonna be holding him out in front of you type thing. It's not
Don't
a,
drop him. He'll shatter.
It's got cat pose.
No,
He'll be sweeping.
statue.
I know, but like, I feel like instinctually they just.
He is like a mixture of a dog and a cat. The creature was like hard to describe. It was like feline and canine at the same time.
I imagined Red 13.
Yeah, could be somewhat like that. More bushy mane. You lay down the body of Cryon. Iolite not getting close, I assume.
Nope.
Kaylin, when you and Kai were having the conversation, just kind of she doesn't involve herself when she knows she's not invited in a conversation, so she stood off to the side and did not engage with you while you were talking, but she just looks at you all. So, what do you think we should do?
Well, where I come from, we burn the bodies on a pyre. I know that burying is more your custom, but I
Not my custom. I mean,
Would I, as like a star druid, have any inclination as to like what he might want from that point of
you
view?
want us to build a trebuchet to shoot him into the sky to be amongst the stars.
Get the math right. It's just gonna be ka-chunk.
it's really tough to say because again, him being from the Feywild and it's kind of honestly, this moment is up to you all to decide what you want to do.
I think burning would be the most appropriate. Let his essence and his smoke rise to the stars that he loves so much.
Are there any customs that you have that you want to honor him with?
No.
Put a couple of rocks on it.
Maybe someone else can.
I'll do it for you, Iolite. Kethra will go lay rocks across his chest.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And she'll say in her head, in the little thing, it's gonna be okay. And she's gonna go, I'm here, Iolite.
She shakes her head.
And what of this?
I don't know.
I do not know if he is alive or dead. I mean, I do not want to burn him.
Looking at Theratrix and then looking at Gerard. Lay him with his friend. They'll go to the stars together. I can still hear his voice on the wind.
Supposed to be serious.
Never at this table.
So sorry.
So what are you doing?
Just what Cryo would have wanted. Great.
Actually,
I want that animated.
damn. I have lesser restoration. I wasn't sure if you could unpetrify somebody with that. I was just gonna see if he really was just I don't want to fucking burn
That's
the cat
just how
dog.
he sleeps.
Yeah. This is how he mourns, and we're gonna throw him on a funeral pyre.
So what are you doing?
Perhaps you put him inside the closet. We'll take him back to the manor.
Yes, that is a good idea. Until we are sure, then we can perhaps.
Yeah, that's a better idea than pitching it into the flames. Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Better be sure.
I thought it sounded. I don't fucking.
So,
Fine.
Kaden-
Is he gonna take up the whole closet?
Have yourself a mango scented
big, right?
decoration around the house.
He's like the size of a large dog sitting just straight up.
Like a Great Dane.
so
So
we
you
could
take
fit
up
like
about
3 or 4
half
of them in there.
half your closet. Kaylin says, I mean, you could leave him here to guard the house. Just leave him at the foot of the tree.
If he does come back, he'd probably rather be at his home than in your mango-encrusted
There are
tumbling closet.
There are only 3 mangoes.
dimension.
Kaylin goes over and like kneels in front of Gerard and just kind of like touches the nose, the head. It's hard like stone. Like she turns to look at you all and says, I don't think there is a Gerard without a Cryon.
I like the idea of leaving him here as a guardian.
You set him up at like the base of the tree facing out.
Thank you. Extra backslide.
Like a guardian to the entrance of the home. What are you doing with Cryon's body?
I guess we'll gather wood and stuff to build the pyre.
Okay.
Eldon will go off in some direction and start cutting down dead wood.
Okay. Does anyone want to do a bond reveal or bad blood roll?
Kai will.
Besides Kai.
Eldon's off getting wood, so wouldn't be.
Iolite's gonna go sit off somewhere. Like not watching, but also unable to stop watching.
Alright, it's me and you.
But alright.
What are we doing?
If you guys
Telling
get
ya.
bad blood and
I
have
am telling
a
ya.
fucking cat fight in the middle of the funeral,
I need more infighting right now.
Oops, that's what I wanted. So why don't you both roll? Go
D20.
ahead and roll a d20 plus and add your charisma modifier. There we go.
All right. We got a 1.
What did you get?
11.
3 ones.
So, Kethra, you get to choose someone, and you will be role playing a scene which causes bad blood between you and the other person. That is the goal. That's what will happen. Can't work around it and make it into something else. There's going to be bad
Challenge
blood.
accepted.
And then for Ayla, reveal or discover. You will role play a situation in which you reveal or discover something about your path, your past.
Oh,
your
wait, I thought we were...
motivations. No, you both rolled and you will choose somebody to do.
Oh. Wait, not each other.
It can be.
You don't pick on anybody.
You guys are gonna reveal something, and you're gonna hate her for it.
So I have to
could work.
reveal something about myself.
That could work.
Your path, your past, your motivations. You reveal or discover something.
I don't know what there is left to reveal that I'm aware of.
Have at it. Role players.
I have no idea.
First, you pick another character.
I don't want to start trouble with anybody. I'm not going to pick Iolite. You've been through enough.
I mean, she'd be an easy one, though.
Yeah, but you've been through enough now.
I'm fine with it. if
Kethra is
you want
not
to.
cruel. She is not
You can
cruel.
always ask Kai why he decided.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
talk to her.
You can pick Kai. I mean, nothing says that Kai can only have one person in the group that's upset with him.
And makeup sex is nice. So there's that. So possibly.
Planning for the future.
You can go first if you want.
As we're picking wood. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to fucking reveal, so I guess we're going to discover something. I don't know.
Together.
Just go for it.
Because I don't ever interact with you besides insulting you.
I know, you just hate me.
I don't particularly care for funerals. Quite honestly, a lot of the times I just skip out on them.
I've been to a few. Up in the mountains. You burn. You're dead too?
Yes, it is. They're burnt, and then usually taken over out on a canoe, a little out into the sea, and sprinkled about, and let Eleothis take us where we are going to go.
Sounds almost romantic, really.
Well, I mean, typically people do not kiss on the boat.
Not what I meant. Where I'm from, the keepers, we burn our dead because there's no ground to bury them in. So it's more of a pragmatic
Yes,
solution.
mountains, yes.
Surprised you don't do some sort of... I suppose you do sort of a sea burial, don't you? The ashes and whatnot.
I suppose. I mean, well, the first generation are from all over the world. And I believe that is where their tradition came from. Because, you know, from there, from here, from there, wherever, you know, most of us are born here on this island. But there are still many others that come still after. But again, we are from here, but not from here. We are from everywhere.
I wonder exactly where Cryon was from and where he is now.
Where he is now, I could only guess. Where he's from. I close my eyes and sometimes I can smell it. I can hear the music. Only for a moment, and then it's gone. But
For someone we didn't know very long, seems he's made quite the impact on Iolite. She'll,
They had a bond. He unlocked something in her.
She's gonna need you to get through this. You can see it in her eyes. She's hurting.
Well, I will never abandon her.
Neither will I.
Yes. Yes, I know.
She said, scratching her beard.
That was her tail. Just coming and just like doing a rubbing the chin.
Just imagine you like actually your fingers like tracing like a dagger or something like that with a whip while all your wood is wrapped up with your tail. Yeah. Eldon's gonna go silent and just start picking up more wood at that point.
I smirk smile.
Okay.
Did I reveal anything?
I think it's just it's an excuse to do some roleplay. It's okay. She's not gonna dock points.
You go back down to level 6.
All right. Kethra.
Okay.
How are you doing, Kath?
Seem to be better than you.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Let's just say everything comes at a price.
Do you always have to be so damn cryptic?
I feel when it comes to this, it's best when Iolite's ready, she'll tell you.
Okay.
There was something you said before we went
What?
into where the rift was.
What did I say?
You said that you loved me.
Oh yeah, you heard that shit, didn't you?
Yeah, I can understand we were about to die, so we thought. Sometimes words get away from us.
Is that what you think happened?
I'm giving you an out if you want it.
Oh God. Are you really gonna start this bullshit with the I'm gonna give you an out and I'm gonna be noble? Fuck off. Jesus, Kai. Like, if I wanted out, I would freaking skated away by now.
It's not,
Do you want out?
it's not about being noble.
Then what the hell is it about?
What I have with the Raven Queen and what is yet to come, I know you don't want that for the rest of your life.
When is the last time you asked me what I wanted?
Quite frankly,
Never?
I never have.
Exactly. So before you start making an ass out of everybody and assuming you know what I want, why don't you ask?
What do you want, Kath?
I want a lot of things. But you seem to be the one who's unsure about a lot of things. You don't know if you're coming or going.
You might be right.
Only we're allowed to interrupt private moments, not you.
I know, it's not fair. I had like 3 things I would have said had I known we could interrupt that.
Then I could have
Sorry.
said that.
I looked up and I saw your face. I saw what you were doing. I saw you over there.
You saw me holding back?
Yes, I
Doing
did.
this?
Yes. I went like this. Sorry, go ahead, guys.
It was kind of perfect, actually. I'm not going to get into like a pissing contest about it. I think you really need to figure out what the hell you want.
I'm just being honest with you, Kath.
And I'm being honest with you. I know that I don't have a lot of choices. And whatever I wished and hoped for, there is a greater chance that that's going to be absolutely never going to happen.
regardless of what it is, I hope you can get your wish someday.
I hope that one day you can actually be honest with yourself. I have never seen anyone run from who they are as much as you are. You're running from everything. You ran to the Raven Queen.
Just because I grew up in privilege doesn't mean I haven't been alone.
No, I understand that.
So yes, I ran to somebody who was offering me something that I wanted.
Can I ask you, did you even stop to think what she may want in return from you?
It didn't matter to me.
I'm sorry, Kai. I'm not a runner. And I'm never gonna chase you.
I don't want you to. I want you to get everything that you want.
I want the same for you. But I want you to change your scope.
I need you to understand that this deal I made with the Raven Queen, it's not one-sided. This life, I like it. There's something inside me that likes the violence, the death. I have never been so alive.
I am not gonna lie. That's fucked, dude.
I thought you were gonna say that's hot. Sorry.
That's
Sploosh.
maybe it's because of the way I grew up, surrounded by utter and complete violence. If that's what you want? That's what drives you?
As I've said before, there's a darkness in me. It's part of me. It's not the Raven Queen. I
So
like who I am.
You are the darkness, and you appreciate that about yourself.
I understand it.
It's not that I don't still love you, because I do. But you have to understand the perspective in which I see you has changed. The only thing I know for sure that I want is to not live a life surrounded by violence and hatred.
I hope you get that someday. I do. But it won't be with me.
I'm starting to see that. And I think I always kind of knew that. And I believe that I've always just been a means to an end for you. The only reason the only reason you ever followed me is because you didn't dream anymore. You didn't dream that first night. I don't think that you're at the place to have the capacity to be who I need to be who I need to have in my realm. And you have no will to want to change. Even if you could.
I hope you can find them.
Well. Is this what I think it is?
I don't think that going forward we should rely on each other like we have for comfort.
Don't worry, I won't. You could have said things a little differently. And next time, don't fucking use me.
I've never used you, Kath.
Yes, you did. It wasn't the night on the boat together, no. You followed me. You used me because you thought I was your ticket away from your dreams. If you knew this about yourself, you could have been honest a long time ago. Don't worry. And Kethra's gonna turn and walk away and go, I hope one day you can remove your head from your ass and see where you're fucking up here.
It's about that time.
We come back with this guy's got 2 big bundles of wood. I have 1 stick in each hand and my tail.
It's almost like we've been together for almost 20 years and we know how to almost have like a perfectly good battle without actually hating each other.
Deaths,
That was brutal.
deaths and breakups. I know. What the fuck? Come on.
We'll see how long
We
it
just
lasts.
stumble back to the clearing and we're just like,
Like Homer, like back in.
And Kev's gonna look at all you guys and go, don't say a fucking word. And she's gonna turn around and walk away.
Kaylin comes back about this time too.
What did we do?
Shut up, Eldon!
What?
As you see, like, Kethra throw produce flame right past your heads.
Kaylin comes back and she's like, I didn't know we were getting ready this soon with the fire going by. Okay, I brought some as well. And she kind of takes in everybody's current demeanor. I'm sorry, I know it's really hard. He was a great guy. And I can see how perhaps the loss of Cryon would make maybe you think that there isn't hope for the monkeys and for Yamari, because he was kind of the closest one to them. But I still believe that maybe if they can come back, there's hope for the island yet. But I think in the meantime, we should send him off back up to the stars.
that sounds like a good idea for now. I believe we might have enough wood.
All right. So you, together with Kaylin, create this funeral pyre and put Cryon's body on top of it. And who is going to set?
Kethra will do it.
Okay.
And she'll wait for it to catch, and as it does, she goes, rest in peace, and walks off.
Who's going next?
I hold Iolite's hand, and then my tail kind of does the wrap around. May he return back to the Fey realm that he came from, mingle with his ancestors, and enjoy all the fruits of that world.
Eldon will walk up and you're unmoving, right? Like just looking at the flames. Like gently take your hand from the side and just give it a little squeeze, and then pull you into a hug. And I'll just whisper, "I'm sorry. I'm here if you need me." And then I'll let her go, squeeze her hand again, and step back.
She doesn't say anything, but when you try to let her go, she'll stay, and you will just feel her tears kind of soaking into your shirt, shoulder.
But okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just like quietly.
Kyle walk up and ceremoniously take some more kindling, place it onto the fire. May you rest in peace. I'm sorry. And then he'll just walk away from the fire.
For those of you who stay, and even I would say for Kethra and Kai, as you would kind of walk away, there's a bit of a memory there that, especially for you all standing in front of the flames and recalling that you with Cryon had a funeral service as well for the wine-tailed langurs that you found in the sanctuary space. And while you didn't do a funeral pyre, instead you chose to bury their bodies, but there's still that of course, circle of life. I'm not gonna do it. But of course, in my head, I'm like, lion, circle of life. Comes back around. And you're just watching as this time it's Cryon, who you were saying goodbye to. Kaylin doesn't have anything. She just stands there kind of watching all of you silently and taking in everything, all of your reactions, people walking away, hugging, crying, and she just bows her head after she watches you all. Not that you're paying attention to her per se, but and you just kind of stand there. It took a while. This wasn't a 10-minute thing to do this entire thing. So by the time you are done throughout the day, it's probably, the suns probably only have another couple of hours before they're going to go down anyway. Not that you can see them very well through the little light, very light misting of rain that is coming through. Not enough to make lighting a fire impossible, but
He keeps going out. This is where we need a tiny hut.
Kethra just keeps bombing pretty
and out again.
You're like,
After the funeral pyre has started to die down, Kai will reconnect real quickly with Callie and just get kind of the bearings of where we are in relation to the road and the rot, and then he'll take out the stone and send the message to Stoneforge to follow the road until they meet the rot, and then I think it was head probably west, right, from where
Head east. So follow the road west and then head east.
and then head east to the cave, and they'll find the rift. And I know we only have a one-way communication, but I'll tell them we've stopped or slowed down the aberrations, the rift, and the immediate danger seems to be subsided.
Okay. Can you do that in 25 words or less?
I was thinking it's sending, but yeah, it's...
No, it kind of is a sending stone, basically, but just, it's You can communicate to him. It's almost like and
Just
that's
like
it.
a one-time
Yeah.
walkie-talkie.
I'm sorry, your words have exceeded the capacity of this message sending stuff.
We'll say you did it. It's fine. So, you communicate.
Please be word in 25.
The basics of it, and honestly, you hear back. A man of few words. Understood. That's it. No, thank you. Not that you would expect one. He hasn't confirmed that what you say is true.
Okay. I drove by a dude that looked like Mike the other day. Like, I did a double take. I was like, oh!
All right, the evening comes to a close in terms of the funeral pyre, the light from... I mean, there's embers for quite some time, but it's not like you're going to be sitting around, put your hands up, warming yourself, but...
That's just
Toasting
disrespect.
marshmallows over the deadline.
But you feel like you have communicated to Stoneforge. Did you do that alone or in a place where others would see?
He'd probably do it alone, 'cause after the interactions, he's keeping his
No one
distance.
wants to be near him right now.
I don't think we know what's going on.
Eldon and Ayla are like, what the
Kai's
fuck?
just burning bridges left and right today.
We were
He's just burning everybody up.
collecting wood. We come back, and I was just like, and then there's this one time on the boat that day, and then they're doing that. I'm like, oh,
We kind of, we could not quite, we got a little more friendly. We were talking. This is the first moment
talk-
we've talked. And
then
they
you
broke
stopped
up.
talking. But then I kept talking. In my mind, I just kind of kept talking, telling stories.
You know, as
That's
normal life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normal life.
There's a lot of
Conversation.
character bleed.
Hey.
There's a lot of bleed through.
As it starts to get a little bit darker, or at least it's getting close to, like, the suns are gone, but there's still light in the sky. Kaylin, reading the room a little bit, she kind of goes up to you, Eldon, and it's like, hey, so I know last time that we kind of crashed here, it wasn't so great. There was an attack. This might be the best place to stay, or we could try to make it to one of my little, like, side camps. Or a couple people could go up there again. A few people, probably 3, 4 of us could fit now with Cryon gone. But I don't know. There seems to have hit people really hard tonight. So I don't know what you think.
If it were up to me and Kai would stay down here while the others go up and stay in Cryons, but I'm not sure how. This has hit Iolite pretty hard, so I'm not sure how she'll feel. But I can bring it to her and ask.
Yeah.
I think by, you said it was like a couple hours until the suns went down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we all would have had a decent judge now. We've been on the island long enough to... I'm not sure that we'd get where we needed to go with your hideaway in time. We do not want to get caught out there in the dark.
No. Okay.
So
You might want to check on Kethra as well. I mean, it looked like she took it pretty bad.
yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll check on the others.
It's just her.
Yeah, she's always a little spicy.
Spicy.
And then it will really kind of, I don't want to push you. It's been a rough night, and but do you know which direction you're gonna want to go in tomorrow? I can help bring you either way, but back to Balstead or back to the city. It's probably easier to just follow the rot to the main road and then choose a direction from there.
Well, I'll see what the others want to do, and I'll let you know before we bed down for the night.
All right. I'll see what I can do up in Cryon's house and make it comfortable.
And as she turns to walk away, and Kaylin, I said it before, but it's good to see that you're okay.
Yeah, you all too.
We were all very worried about you once you left that time on the mountain.
I appreciate you thinking of me. I know we just met, so...
You're a good person, and it's nice to see your friendly face. So,
yeah, I can think of many more faces I would not have wanted to have seen coming out of that tunnel. So glad it was yours.
Yeah.
All right. Turns and goes.
Just awkwardly staring. Like, so is everyone just kind of milling around? Like, okay.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I was gonna be inside my own house looking around.
Already? Looting?
I wasn't taking anything. I was
Taking shots
just
what's there.
looking around.
Things up and shaking them. Looking through the couch cushions for change.
I'm looking for anything he may have like written down for Iolite, like, or anything that looks like it might have been intended for Iolite, for like that she would understand. And then I'm looking for any things written or artifacts that like he might have had from the Feywild.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Come on, baby, do me good.
Definitely not stealing pocket change.
4 is not good.
You found a couple coppers in the couch cushions.
It's 4 because of that.
Okay,
Exhaustion.
as you're kind of like going through
Not using you anymore tonight.
going through the Cryon's home, there's a lot of interesting things, but it looks as though
I left my shoes outside to be respectful.
okay, it looks as though Cryon lived sparsely, purposefully. Everything that he has, it looks like there was a very specific purpose for. You see very little in the way of writings. And what you do find, not really hidden because no one came out here and this was his home, but you find a journal of sorts, but it looks very old. It looks like it hasn't been written in a long time. And if you just decide to read it.
Of course.
Okay. So as you're sitting there reading his journal, you learn a bit about he came from not a very large place in the Feywild, a small village somewhere. You learn that he has a son.
Oh. Cryon Jr.
You
Now
learn
there's an orphan.
Don't tell Iolite about it, please. Don't tell Iolite.
Hey guys,
There's a
I
little
found
orphan
out.
kitty out there.
He has a
like a
litter
kid
of kitties.
A little orphan kitty boy. And he's out there.
Oh my
Papa!
God.
Papa, where are you?
I'm back from the war, Papa.
And it's not, it's a journal, so it's not like he's writing a novel about his life. This isn't a memoir, but there's almost kind of like letters. And there's statements in there that he regrets. He doesn't ever specify what it is, but there's a lot of, it's almost as if he was writing letters to his son, apologizing over and over, hoping that one day his son will forgive him, and not that they would be together again, but just that he would understand why he did what he did. He doesn't go into details about what it was. He
Does it ever
doesn't
say the son's name? I get bored and just stop reading before I get to it.
Boring. No. He calls him like my boy, my son, my love. Always descriptors, but not the name. And then it seems like a long time ago he stopped writing in this. It's unclear how long ago, but this was some maybe therapeutic way of working through something, and then he stopped and he kept it, but he didn't. Nothing is recent. It's not that there are dates even, it's just you can tell. It's very faded, it's worn, it's old. There are hunting supplies. There are things that one uses to get by. But also, what does he need? Things from the Feywild. I'll have you make a roll.
Oh.
Actually,
D20.
I'll make a roll. Make a D100. Go with a D100 first, and we'll see.
Here,
'Cause
give me
you
one of the
only
big
rolled-
ones because it's not an important roll.
No.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Fine.
do what you want.
I don't even know where they are. Thankfully,
Yeah, just do the.
I think we took them
You
away.
hid them, didn't you?
No, I think
Yeah, they're
we hid
hidden.
Pat
Yeah,
Oh.
go ahead.
You actually legitimately hid
I
them?
legitimately hid
Oh,
them.
Jesus.
Bury them. Burn them in a funeral pyre.
We're gonna smelt them down into something of positive energy.
94.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. I will give you, even though you rolled a 4 for your investigation, we will say. Let's see what you found.
Dude diary. The cat is petrified again.
This is the 17th time that this has happened.
Does this from time to time.
You,
Not
All is
burn him.
all is normal. Use metamorphosis.
you find
It's like a hermit crab when they molt.
He's gonna come out.
He's gonna
bigger.
come out the other side a little bit bigger.
you find a small glass jar that's filled with iridescent sand.
Ooh. Is it the magic painty sand?
No,
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
that the guy's wife paints with.
It's not sand. She doesn't paint with sand.
What?
It's pigments that she paints
That's
with,
what I
just
meant,
regular
pigments.
paint.
She said sand. How do you...
It's iridescent sand.
That like broke my brain. Like, how do you get paint pigment from sand?
Grind it together.
It's still
Just add water.
I don't know what that is.
Unless you want to identify it.
I don't think I have the spell slot for that right now. Nope.
Okay.
All out of ones. Too many silvery barbs.
So, a small glass jar filled with iridescent sand. And when you do, pick that up and look at it, Kaylin comes up and sees you messing around in there. Like, oh, hi, Ayla.
Hello.
What do you got there?
I have no idea.
I can take a look.
You think you can identify it?
No, I can take a look at it, though.
No. There you go.
She holds it up.
She just slides into her pocket.
Sand, all right.
What's sand?
It's very pretty.
It is.
Gives it back. How are you holding up? It seems like Cryon's death really hit your group hard. I didn't realize.
Yes. Poor Iolite is struggling. Obviously, they whatever they did up here.
It's one of those sessions today.
They made a connection. He unlocked power and potential that she did not know she had. So, yes.
Really gave it to her. Oh my god.
Say anything.
We're just
I'm not saying
Fighting for my life over here, like a true king of the jungle.
It was a long, long night that they spent up in this treehouse.
She didn't sleep. It's true.
And they told us no matter what happens, whatever we hear, we are not allowed to come up.
There's so many Lion King references. Can you feel the love? Eldon's like, what is that music?
Yeah.
Yeah, then compound that with an extremely long day, which is the end of an extremely long week. It's been one hell of a month, actually.
Yeah, and it's not even over. There's at least another week left.
I am losing track of the days.
Yeah. It's the 23rd. I'm sorry, 24th.
No.
I'm losing track too.
Yes, well. Hopefully things can sort of go back to normal
Yeah.
for a little while. I mean, I do not know. I don't know if anything else is going to be able to come through that hole and floating in the cave, but
Well, what happened? What did you see?
The worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It had many, many mouths. It screamed very loudly. It was angry. Imagine all of the horrible things that we have seen all crammed into one very large, multi-mouthed tentacle ball. Shabazz, I believe the robed figures called it.
Shabazz.
But
It's,
for now, it cannot fit through.
I wonder if the smaller things can. Not everything was that big, if you're describing multi.
Did we get the impression that, like, you said, like, it wasn't sealed, but, like, I don't know, in my head, after the battle, like, there's almost, like a glass filament over the thing, like, did we get an impression that it changed, like, passageway-wise?
So we'll say Ayla thinking about it in this moment, it's more, and this is more of like a general, because you have no idea what this creature was on the other side. You know that it was like supposedly a god, and that's what the cultist that you talked to said or whatever, but there's a difference between magically made up world. A difference between like a portal that's like this big and then a creature that's like this big just like kind of walks through it and ends up on the other side. It's almost like, yes, these are two completely different realms and everything about those realms is different and maybe at odds with each other, but you can fit through the whole. Your whole body does. You just step through and you go through it. This creature is whole on this side and has to come through on the other side. So even if the impression anyway that you may get is the whole thing had to be able to come through. And the opening was not big enough for it to do so, and that's why it was stretching it and trying to get it big enough for it to come through. It got very large as you were fighting in those last 30 to 40 seconds that all took place, minute or however long. Once its entirety comes into your plane, things might have changed. But it needed to get there first. So it's not necessarily the belief that it has changed and nothing can come through. She's probably just so big, she's taking up all the space. So right now, however she is, feeling angry or whatever her feelings are, if she backs away from it, the other little creatures that have come, it was big enough when you left, definitely a blood-starved beast multiples of them could leap through all at once.
Right.
So
I don't know why in my head I got the impression that like whatever we did just like kind of temporarily put like the tear is still there, but like a glass, like a window between us.
So when you looked at it, that's kind of what it looked like, but that's because there's a huge Tarrasque-sized beast on the other side of it trying to come through. So all you can see is like now this glass, whatever ritual they were doing was to open it, but also to give her the ability to come through because she can't come through all at once. Whereas one of those little brain creatures that is the size of your head with legs, there's a big rift, and if she gets out of the way, then they could just pop through because they're not that big and having to come through all at once. So if she moves, which she may, but right now she might just be so enraged that all she is trying to do, like, you can't be in the head of a god, but you know, she's
yelling through the hole.
Yeah,
You motherfucker!
She might be thrashing or whatever, and maybe a tentacle could come through, but she was trying to get her body through, and her body is huge. So it looks like a glass visual because she's unable to move her whole self through it.
Okay.
But the risk is if you, like, let's say you didn't tell anybody or whatever, then you're just wasting, because she could maybe get out of the way and let some more cultists in, or what, like, you would just be taking up. But you also got the impression that whatever they'd been doing had been there for a bit. They didn't start this 20 minutes ago. Like, so the rage and anger was like so close. It was so close. It was coming together. And also the benefit probably of what was going on at that time is nothing else could come through while she was trying to come through. So whatever had come through initially, make an intelligence check as you're kind of like thinking through this and even chatting with Kaylin about it.
10.
Oh, right down the middle. Jesus.
It was an 11, but -1 for that exhaustion.
Yeah.
That exhaustion didn't go away when we did the level up.
1 level of exhaustion.
Oh,
did.
you guys had 2.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, that's kind of what you're thinking, is that there's a few things as you sit there talking to Kaylin about what you saw, and it's like, okay, for a little bit, however long this ritual maybe was going on, she let people through intentionally, and then they had to do their ritual to try to get her through. There was a reprieve. So it's not as if things have been just like shuffling through for however long this has gone on. But again, if she scoots her butt out of the way, she could just let things through, whatever she feels.
Let me just scooch
Yeah.
on in there.
After you, and then just start it all over again. So that's where the timing is like, you still need to communicate to somebody that this is happening.
Hopefully the proper people can come in and seal it. End this. It is beyond our skill set.
You know, it's interesting. So they just wanted you to let them know where it was.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I'm just... Who knows? It just is... I guess the military can do whatever they want. But... I hope that they close it.
You think they would not?
I don't know. If you're describing a pathway to another world, new things we'd never seen before coming through.
Horrors that we have never seen before. It is not... what rational person would look through the gaping maw of that and say, hey, I want to go in there?
Listen, I'm just, I'm just a regular person.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. I just hope they close it.
Yeah. Of this place, when we are gone from here, it should probably remain secret from the authorities.
Unfortunately, the path runs right through here.
But it is... Yeah. It is not... Unless you're looking for this, it is not easy to see, right? Because, like, it magically, like, the stairs go up and you can't see. Because weren't we, like, sitting in front of it or something for a little while at one point and didn't notice it or something?
No.
No, am I thinking of something else?
I mean, it is difficult to see if you're not looking for it, but there's going to be a dog outside of the, sitting there at the base, and stairs that lead up. The stairs have not...
Some people didn't want to burn him with his own. Or...
We can put a bush over them.
The stairs have not retracted, like it goes around and leads up. But, I mean, there's always a chance they don't see it, but there's also a decent chance that they do.
Well, perhaps we can try to hide it. They don't need to know about it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's the military. They've got some pretty high-level abilities. So if they want to find stuff... He's gone. So, unless there's something you're trying to hide here.
No, he does not seem to have much left.
Yeah, hermits are kind of that way.
Is there any fermented drink around here?
With your 4, I'm going to say,
Damn.
if there is, he hit it real good.
Hit the hooch.
Peyote, I'd say. Strikes me as more of a getting high kind of guy. But Kaylin sees the look on your face and is like, I have a little something. Take the edge off. Just reaches in to her side, the pouch, and has a flask. To cry on. Hands it to you.
To cry on. No?
It's just some good old-fashioned whiskey. Mixed with rum.
I was going to say, I
another-
could taste rum in there.
Takes another swig.
Yeah, that is the best thing I've had in a day or two.
So she enlists your help to get the room ready for you all. Anyone else?
Fluffing the pillows.
Iolite's gonna be anywhere she can see. It's dark now, right?
Yeah.
She can see the stars anywhere.
Sadly, it is an overcast, misty day, and there are no stars on this evening.
Of course, there isn't.
You have forgotten who you are, and so you have forgotten me. I gotta watch the fucking Lion King before bed now. Jesus Christ.
Where is Ayla?
Well, it's maybe somewhere she thought she could have seen the stars, and then when she goes to look and sees she can't, she's just gonna stand there anyway and be like,
Honestly, the best way she would know to see the stars would have been up in the treehouse looking through because he had that open. So just saying, but whether or not she went there.
I don't think she would want to go inside, actually.
Yeah.
She's just kicking rocks somewhere.
Hands in the pockets, just kicking rocks.
If Eldon sees
Sitting down.
Iolite somewhere just kicking rocks, he's gonna walk up and hey, how you doing?
I've been better.
Me and Kaylin were talking about plans for the night, and I was thinking that some of us could stay up in Cryon's. Some of us would stay down here. Probably me and Kai. If you ladies wanted to take the house. I know it's awkward, to put it lightly.
I don't know if I can go in there. I don't know if it feels right. Maybe. Would you stay with me?
I'll go anywhere you ask.
I just don't want to be alone.
You'll never be alone. I know you were the closest to him out of all of us, and we didn't know him very long. But I have to ask, what happened between you and Crown that makes you feel this way? It affects us all. I saw Kethra doesn't look very happy, and neither does Kai. You, obviously. I was just curious. I thought maybe talking about it would help.
I don't know if I can tell you, because the way you look at me, it would really break my heart if you never looked at me like that again. And I'm afraid you wouldn't.
I don't think anything's gonna change that.
I killed him.
Do you mean you killed him?
I killed him.
That's impossible. You were with us. You were fighting Shabazz.
I was gone for a minute.
The crystal in that odd cave in the city.
Mm.
I tried bringing you back. So did Ayla. Kai touched you. What did you do?
He talked to the Raven Queen and convinced her to bring me back. And I didn't want to. And she didn't care what I wanted, so you don't just get a free pass. She had to bring someone. And I had to pick who she would take in my place.
And you chose Crown.
Yeah. I didn't want to. If I didn't pick, she was going to pick for me. And it could have been anyone. It could have been you. I don't know why I picked him. But I guess that's just mine to bear now. So, I'm a thief and a murderer now. It's not funny, but...
You're not a murderer. You didn't wield the sword. You didn't do it. The choice wasn't truly yours.
What would you have done?
You were put in an impossible situation.
What would you have done? Because if she chose, it wouldn't have been my fault, would it?
Then you made the right call. You chose the one person you had a connection with. We saw how he looked at you. I think he saw your potential, what we all see. What I see in you. And I think with that knowledge, you saw him. Doesn't look like he didn't fight. He wasn't clawing on to this plane of existence. He closed his eyes and went willingly. I don't think you murdered him. I think he sacrificed himself for you. And that is much, much different. Now, what you do with that is up to you. But I wouldn't waste it. What Kai did the position he put you in, I can't say that I would have made a different choice, because I'd fight through all 9 fucking hells to get back to you and bring you back. It was selfish, but it was the right choice. Not just because of the way I feel about you, but the world needs you. And I think Cryon knows that. So wherever he is, up by the stars or a different plane, whatever his version of it, he's smiling. And I think that going forward, just try to make him proud.
Maybe wherever he is, I'll be there too someday. And I can apologize properly. How do you feel about me?
You don't want to know what I think about you, Iolite. Not really.
Maybe another day then. It's been a really long, really hard day.
Ask me again sometime and I'll tell you. This is your time.
You'll stay with me though?
As long as you want me to.
Okay. She'll hug him.
That grip with the hair, making the back of the head, hold tight.
That was a chance, man. That was a chance. There was a breakup, and then there was a new coupling. Almost.
That's not... He wouldn't have tried at this moment.
We all know the best storytelling is in the chase, not the catch.
I'm tired of this, will they, won't they?
That's how we keep you engaged.
Every single TV show where the two get together, it drops off immediately.
X-Files was a great show until Mulder and Scully got together.
Who's the Boss
Jim and
was
Pam.
great until they got together.
Jim and Pam, for example.
So that leaves the question of who's going to stand watch while the others sleep.
I think
If Eldon is going up. Oh, are you going up or staying down?
I'm wherever Eldon
I thought
wants
we
to
were
go.
staying down. That's what.
Yeah.
But we can do whatever Iolite wants.
She really doesn't want to go inside.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
Eldon said wherever she wants to go.
Yeah,
She could say I want to get on a boat and sail away. He'll be like, okay, let's go.
Are you not sleeping up in the...
No.
Okay. I would come down and be like, the pillows are ready. Who is... Who is,
Who's carrying a bunch of pillows?
Kaylin's asleep. You guys can hear her
She's
snoring.
like, "These
You can
people
hear
are
her snoring
crazy."
up there.
There's room for 3 more. Kethra?
Yeah, I'll be up in a bit.
Very well. Iolite, I know it is probably difficult.
I think I'm going to stay out here tonight. Ayla.
Would you want me to stay with you?
No, you should get some sleep. I think you seem like at least 1 point exhausted, and you need a good night's sleep.
That may be true. Your well-being is important.
It's fine. I'll stay with Eldon.
Oh,
I will keep her safe.
well, that will be,
Theratrix is
Fun,
like, I
then.
will also keep her safe.
I am here as well.
I forgot easily. That's like the whole conversation
He's
looking
been,
back and
he's
forth.
been very respectful. He just comes up from behind the tree. I'm also
Then-
here. Thanks.
if you are protecting my Iolite for the night, you should take this. And I hand you a potion of watchful rest. You get the benefits of a long rest without going to sleep, and magic can't put you to sleep.
Excellent.
Oh, that's really cool.
Iolite, I found this up there. You may want it. He may have wanted you to have it. And you can read it whenever you are ready. It is his life and thoughts, in written form. I believe there's a term for it. I can't think of it right now, but
Diary.
Thanks. I'm just gonna put it in my bag for now. I'm not ready for that yet.
page 33 is interesting.
I thumbed
I
through
dog,
it.
I dog-eared a few pages for him.
Then rest well. I throw you a pillow playfully. And I
Oh, I have Ayla's blessing now. That went from death stairs to a blessing.
oh, there's a little
A little bit more.
We're out in the
a
open
little bit
keeping
more
watch.
beer.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
like
yeah. I walk past you to go climb back up the tree, and I go, "You take care of her, because if you don't, I will cut off your feet." Like, climb up the thing. Oh, that's not a ladder; it's stairs, right? I can't just power climb up this random rope.
It's your rage. I can't believe she's been with him.
And what about Kai and Kethra? The pillows are ready.
The pillows already.
We won't be needing those.
I mean, there's probably one bed. The rest is all pillows, right?
I mean, Kethra just angrily, like falling asleep, staring with her eyes open, but like with an angry look. But that's how you fall asleep.
I know you
And
can't
then-
turn
and then
into
Kai-
something
and then
that
Kai
flies.
is sadly hanging upside down.
No,
Like Kiefer Sutherland.
no, that's exactly what I was going to say. If Kethra was going into the room, Kai would give her space and to literally just walk up a tree, and he's just going to live every stereotype and let himself hang upside down.
Most likely, Kethra would have said I would have been in a minute, and she never came in.
I was gonna say,
She
I know
stayed
you
out
can't
all
turn
night.
into like birds
Yeah.
yet, but I just picture her turning into like a fucking like barn owl and just like the top of like the biggest pine tree and just all night.
Like Kai is like upside down underneath the floor of the Cryon's room. Cross-armed jacket hanging down.
Oh my god.
Kethra found a spot, like a little secluded area, and she kind of pulls herself off so that nobody can see her, and she lays a blanket down, and then you see her summon Nyx.
Okay.
And if anybody could see, it would be.
So summoning Nyx back.
I'd have to use my Find Familiar.
Yeah, I believe.
Because he didn't die.
Oh no, he didn't.
No,
die.
he didn't die.
You sent him off before anything bad happened to him. Yeah. Okay. How far away are you from this group?
Probably like if they went looking for me, they'd find me, but I'm far tucked enough away that they can't just scan and look for me.
Okay. All right.
And Kethra and Nyx are just like this, having like a silent conversation.
Girl, he did not say that.
And
He's lucky I wasn't here.
Girlfriend.
I would have
And-
scratched up his coat.
and Nyx just wraps his head around me, and to each other he goes, "I'm sorry, Kethra." And she goes, "I know. People disappoint you. And I guess my dad was right. You never trust a royal. For once, Raycass was correct. That psycho son of a bitch was right. They just use you." And then you'll see her kind of like suck up the tears and go, "I don't cry for anybody. What do we want to do next, Nyx?" And she'd curl up with Nyx and sleep outside. Because she doesn't want to be in the vicinity of this fucker.
All these pillows and nobody wants to sleep on them.
Oh, I took them all. No one else came. No one else. I let Kaylin have Cryon's bed, and
out.
I have every pillow in the room other than the one she's using.
So I'm gonna do two things. So Ayla, you go up and although Ayla is very much in her own world and head all the time, kind of taking a moment, seeing Kaylin is knocked out. She's just like snoring on her back like I do, mouth open, and
Mouth
CPAP
again.
machine.
like that.
I should take it off in the middle of the night, and then it's like,
Yeah,
Do you sound like you're dying?
probably.
one time. There's one time where I nudged her awake. I was like, "Are you okay?"
Hence the CPAP. You notice, though, that, as you're curled up and watching Kaylin sleep, that walking stick that she has in her one arm that she's holding, it's like death grip on it. And it's just an observation of a person that you met at a different time, under different circumstances, who was so confident enough to sleep out in the jungles. It has her little cubbies that she goes to, but there's a difference here. It's almost like it speaks to the differences that have happened, and she's asleep but holding on to something for comfort or safety, to ground her. You're not sure what happened up on that mountain, and you only heard, even secondhand, from the group of your friends about the interaction, but something, again, your eyes just kind of resting on her bandaged arm where her hand once was. Just another indicator of change. And then Kethra, as you lie there holding Nyx and the words that had escaped from your mind into his of, he was right, my father was right about something. And then you start to go back to your own prophecy that you wrote for yourself about the silvered canopy and in Shadow's embrace under the moon, and paths converging, and it led you where you needed to be. And there's just that little thought in the back of your head of, what else was he right about? If he's been right about this, if I was right about this, and all of the things that he used to say, that he used to have you all repeat. He will consume us all, and through that consumption, we will know what it truly means to feel love. There's just certain things that now, where you were so convinced all those years ago that he was just so full of shit, that nothing that he ever said was true, that it couldn't be true, because he was a liar and a charlatan. And other things that he said come to mind. Your strongest child will be your strength, your hope, and your redemption. Our strength is your strength, you remember, standing even as Deshaun, Felicia's brother, was being punished that day. Our strength is your strength. Your hope is my hope. Our hope is your hope. Your redemption is my salvation. And you would all repeat. And just as you fall asleep, how much of that was true or could be true if what you said came to fruition. And with that, we will close out our session.
That was a wild ride.
That
went
whoa.
every fucking where, in every direction. Wow.
Thanks for
Really
watching.
zigged and zagged all over the place.
You could have warned me that's where you were going with that. I had to do that whole wife reads your mind shit to figure out where you were going. And I was like, oh fuck, this is we're playing out like an actual fight right now.